Hi, today we will learn Indonesian language or Bahasa Indonesia about vocabulary or vocabularies. The words you will find or hear, everything surrounding or on or in head, from head to shoulder, I think, or can be understood. Let's start it. I put the Indonesian word first, and then after that is English one. Kepala, head. Face, we have two words. Both are formal, but this one, wajah, is considered as a really formal one. Muka is also formal. The one that we use for everyday conversation, daily conversation, we use muka. For TV commercial, or when we have to talk with our family member or our friends, muka. But when it comes to a really formal term, we use wajah. Let's say in the TV news, or when we have to talk with someone we have to respect, like Mr. President or our senior. Sometimes we are kind of, senior, sometimes you can say muka, but it's like with the king or the queen or Mr. President or ambassador, delegation or so, we say wajah, more polite. But again, I will repeat, both words are formal one. Skin, kulit. And I will go to this one first, but there's something here. So let's do it, because this is basically, but yeah. Bulu mata. Mata is eye, or can also mean eyes, because in Indonesian language you use same word. Bulu mata, two words. It means eyelash, or it can also mean eyelashes. But when you add the other word, or it becomes three words now, palsu, when we have to say as fake. Sometimes I find false eyelashes or eyelash. Sometimes I find fake eyelash or eyelashes. I don't know which one they're kind of more used, false or fake in English, because both are used. I saw both of them everywhere, so yeah. But in Indonesian language, we just use one, which is palsu. We don't use false. We just say it with palsu or fake. Fake eyelash or fake eyelashes, bulu mata palsu. We will learn about this bulu later, because it comes also here. Alis, whether it's one or two, a pair or one, we use alis. If we want to say like a pair, we put the kedua. Kedua, it means both. It can be second, but if we say kedua alis, it means both. But when we say alis, sometimes it means one, sometimes you don't have to do anything. It can work for both. Eyebrow or eyebrows. Alis. Bulu mata, 2 words, because we put space here. Eyelash or eyelashes. So yeah, that's with Indonesian language. Singular and plural, we put all in singular formation. If you want to make sure it's more than one, you just put the number in front. But if we want to say several something, then we repeat the word, the noun, to make it become several. We already learned in the previous video about those, about singular and plural in Indonesian language. Now, hidung, nose, nose hole or nose holes. Again, we don't repeat this one. Hole is lubang. So when we have to say hole or holes for nose, we just say it as lubang hidung. So when you have to say it, it can be only one. It can be both. But if you want to be specifically say it like 1 or 2, yeah, in Indonesian language you put the number in front, like 1 or 2 or both. But for daily conversation and it's formal, we just say it with lubang hidung. That's good enough. Nose hair or nose hairs, again, we just use it in singular formation or format or form. Nose hair, we say it with bulu hidung. Bulu hidung, 2 words. And this also, lip or lips, we say it with bibir. We rarely say it with both lips. We just say it with bibir. If you want to say like one lip or lip, sometimes we say upper lip or what is upper and down lip. But we don't say it with like one lip, satu bibir or dua bibir. 1 is 1, 2 is 2. We don't say it like that. We don't say 1 bibir, 1 bibir, 2 bibir. We don't say it like that. We just say lip or lips as bibir. That's why when I have to learn about lip and lips before when I was small, I was kind of like, why it's a problem? Because in Indonesian language it's not a problem. You just say it bibir. It comes one set. If like you heard the upper lip or the down lip, you just say it upper or down or which part. But it always comes with bibir. Never like you have to put it plural or singular, but you just use bibir. And now we will go here. We have poni. Poni is like when you have to say pony. Pony. But in Indonesian language, it's like pony, but poni. Poni. Poni is bangs. I just put anything that's possible there. Ketombe, dandruff. It can be more than one, it can be one. We just use ketombe. But if we want to say several dandruffs, then we repeat the ketombe. It becomes ketombe, ketombe. It means several. But again, in Indonesian language, we just use plural and singular in same formation. Jerawat, acne, acne. Jerawat. Forehead, they are two words for this. We use kening, we use dahi. Both are formal, of course. I'm not sure which one is more formal, because when you have to say it with kening and when you have to say it with dahi, both are really formal, but maybe people use dahi more often because kening is kind of like, I don't know, it's easier to say dahi instead of kening. Ning, kening, dahi. And now we have this one, mata. Eye or eyes, we say it with mata. But if we want to make sure both, we say it with kedua. Kedua. I will not write it down. Kedua, it can be both, it can be second, but if we use that with mata, kedua, it becomes two words. Kedua and then mata, it means both eyes. Or I just write it down or so. Kind of feel bad. I will just write it here, okay? It means both. Kedua mata, it means both eyes. But when we just say mata, it can be eye, it can be eyes. But if we want to say specifically only one eye, we can see satu mata, or we can say with left or right eye. We have glasses, kacamata. It's from two words. Kaca is glass or mirror. Sometimes we use glass for glass, but we use kaca for mirror, mostly for mirror, because when we say glass, sometimes we say it for glass, for drink. So we are more, when we have to say kaca, it's more into a mirror, but in English it can be also translated as glass. Kaca mata, it becomes one word, glasses. How about sunglasses? In Indonesia, we use hitam, black. It becomes two words. Kacamata, hitam. Black glasses, sunglasses, because it's black. Kacamata, hitam, black. There's interesting thing about mata. Mata is eye, or can also eyes, but when you repeat it. I should just write it down, okay? But if you put it like this, with stripe, it means spy. So if you want to say eyes, we have to say it with kedua. Kedua mata, both eyes. Several eyes, we just use the beberapa, the one that we already learned in the previous video, long time ago. Beberapa, several mata. Because if we say it with mata, it means spy. And now we will learn about ear or ears, telinga. Telinga. Back here, about eye, eyelid or eyelids, two words, kelopak mata. Kelopak mata. Again, if you want to say it as eyelids, we use the kedua, both. Kedua, kelopak mata, both eyelids. But if you just want to say like eyelid or eyelids, you don't want to make sure, you just say it with kelopak mata. Or you say left or right. Kelopak mata kiri, left. Kelopak mata kanan, right. So we say the lid, the eye, and then the left or the right. The lid, eye, left or right. When you have to say left eyelid, right eyelid. Pipi, or can also, one or two, we say it with pipi. Cheek or cheeks, pipi. Again, you will think I keep repeating, but if you want to say like both, you want to make sure it's both cheeks, you say it with kedua, pipi, both cheeks. You put space here, it becomes two words. Pipi, can be cheek, can be cheeks. Pipi. So if you want to say like the cheeks become red or something like that, it looks pink, pinky cheeks. We just say it with pinky cheek in Indonesian language, because when you have to say pipi, we already kind of have idea that pipi is can be one or two, so it's not a problem. Most people will think it's both. It comes both. It's what is it? It's like, it's just, of course both, like that. Sometimes it's hard to find a word in English to say like instantly. I just want to say it's instantly. When you say pipi, it's like instantly it's both, or can be one. Komedo, black hat or black hats, komedo. But if you replace this E or A in Indonesian language with O, komodo. Komodo is a reptile that's only exists in Indonesia, in Komodo Island. You can search for it. You just have to change this E or A in Indonesian language into O. Komodo. It's really famous because it only exists in Indonesia, in Komodo Island. Mulut, mouth, mulut. Rahang, jaw. We'll go here. If you want to say jawline, in English one word, but in Indonesia you put two words. You put space here. Line is garis, garis rahang. Leher, neck. You go this one first. Ponytail, in Indonesian language or bahasa Indonesia, you say it with three words. Ikat ekor kuda. Ikat is tighten, tight. How to say it? Ikat. Tightening or tight or laced. Ekor, tail, kuda, horse. Ikat ekor kuda. Laced or lace it up, tail, horse. Three words to say ponytail. Or sometimes we just say ekor kuda, tail, horse. We already know that it's ponytail. Or we say it sometimes with ikat kuda. We skip the tail. We kind of have idea when you say the ikat or the tight or laced up with horse or kuda. Ikat kuda, it means ponytail. Brain, otak. But be careful when we say otak. Otak, we have to put something. There's something missing here. Why I miss this one? Yes. Otak, otak. It's not brains, but it's fish cake. It's really yummy. I kind of miss it here. I really like this one. Fish cake, otak, otak. If you once visit Indonesia, especially in Sumatra Island or so, yeah, because they have lots of fish. That's why in that island, because they really have lots of fish and they want to save instead of throwing away, they make the fish cake, so it's make it longer to be able to be eaten or to be kept. Fish cake, otak, otak. It's not made from brain. It's made from fish cake, fish and flour. Yeah. But also in some part of Indonesian province area, there are several people also eat brain. But this otak, otak, even though it comes from brain and brain or brains, is fish. But some people in Indonesia also they eat brain, otak. I don't eat brain, but I know some people do. I think my mom and my dad eat brain. Yeah. Dagu, chin, chin. We already learned about ear or ears, telinga. Again, if you want to say it as ears, make sure, because it's already, when we have to say telinga, yeah, I don't want to repeat again. But if you want to make sure it's both, you just say it kedua, telinga, both ears. Ear hole, or sometimes we also, the term ear canal itself, it's kind of not familiar in Indonesian language or in Indonesia. we're kind of say the hole and the canal as lubang telinga. We kind of don't say the canal. We just say the hole because we have I'm mixed Chinese, so I'm used to be clean my ears since I was really small, like 2 years old or 3 years old. It instead of with cotton bud or so, we use like small spoon. How to draw it? I will just draw it like that, and there's like a small spoon here. Yeah, like that. It can be from, it should be straight. It's not straight. It can be from bamboo, it can be from bone, it can be from metal. Nowadays they have from plastic with like lighting here, but I don't use that one because I'm afraid it break inside or so. But the light here really helps because sometimes you need this and you need light to see inside the ear hole. So it's kinda you're scooping it out. I'm used with it. I don't use cotton bud to clean my ear hole. I use this one. Yeah, it's like scoopies. But you have to be careful because if you go really deep inside, it can damage your eardrum. But I'm used with it since I was 2 years old, and I'm used with cleaning other people's ear too. Yeah, you have to be so gentle because if not, you will hurt yourself. It's really not a fun experience. So when we clean the ear or ears, even though we clean, of course we don't clean only the hole, but we clean also the canal, but we say as one package, we say it as whole. Oh, as whole. God, why it sounds weird. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Lubang, hole, telinga, ear hole. Or ear canal, but we are not using that so often, so it becomes same. There's space here. Earlobe, daun telinga. Lubang is hole, but when we have to say earlobe, we don't say the lobe, but we translate it as daun. Daun is leaf or leaves. So it's like leaf from the tree. Daun telinga, earlobe. Earwax. We don't use wax because wax is kinda candle or lilin in Indonesian language, lilin. But we use kotoran, dirt. Kotor is dirty. We add the suffix an, kotoran. It becomes dirt or dirts, kotoran. Telinga. This one extra also. Booger. We say it with kotoran hidung. When you have to say this one, kotoran telinga, kotoran hidung, these words considered as formal words, so it's polite. Even though I don't know what kind of situation that make you have to say about these words, but don't be afraid because these words are formal. Because we have other words to say these terms into not polite or a bit less formal. But this one is really formal. Kotoran telinga or kotoran hidung. I don't know why I just write everything that I think is needed. Kind of useful also. And then we have hair or hairs. Again, when you have to say hair or hairs, you just say it with rambut. Rambut. If you want to say like hair, here lots of hairs, or just like one hair on the floor, we just say it with both with rambut. One hair on the floor, or this one hairs, we just say it with rambut. We cannot say like, look, there's one hair on the floor. We just say, look, there's hair on the floor. We don't say the one or so. We just say it with rambut. Interesting thing, in English you use or we use hair for most of stuff everywhere, but in Indonesian language or bahasa Indonesia we use hair, rambut, only for something on the head. If it grows from your head, we say it rambut. But the hair or hairs that don't grow on the head, we have different word which is bulu. We will learn about this now or later. Can be now. Hair only here on the head. For others, like here, you see eyelash, but you don't say it as eye hair or hair eye. You say it with bulu mata. It's hair, but it's not growing here, but it's growing here, so you say it with bulu. Foot, kaki. We don't say it as hair, but we say this one bulu. Bulu kaki. Foot, hair. Hairy foot, but it has instead of saying with hair, we say it with bulu. We don't say it with rambut only here. We say it with bulu. Also here, I don't care if you think it's kind of like something armpit hair or on the chest. We don't say this one as hair. We call this one as bulu. Bulu, bulu, bulu. Also here, arm, hand, arm. Also bulu. Because it's not growing here. It doesn't grow here. They don't grow here on the head. Nose, this is nose. You have no whole hairs. Nose hair, nose hairs. We say it with bulu. Bulu hidung. Nose hair or nose hairs, but we say it with bulu, not with hair or rambut. Bulu mata, bulu hidung. This is eye, this is nose. Bulu kaki, foot. Bulu tangan, hand. And then for animal, we say it with bulu. Animal hair, we don't say it with rambut, but we say it with bulu. Bulu kucing. Kucing is cat. So cat's hair, we say it with bulu kucing. Anjing is dog. Dog's hair, we say it bulu anjing. Also we say for thread or threads or fiber or fibers that's on the fabric or material. Sometimes we have threads or fibers, tiny fibers. That's kind of flyer. So, or just here, the tiny fiber or fibers. We say it with also with bulu. Kain is fabric. Bahan is material, but we also consider it as fabric. Also, if you want to be really specific, bahan kain, material fabric or fabric material. So when you listen or hear or you say bulu kain, bulu bahan, or bulu bahan kain, it means the tiny thread or threads or tiny fiber or fibers that appears here that sometimes can be tiny fly or so. That's tiny, that fly that you have to vacuum or clean it. There's interesting thing. If you want to say thread or threads itself, it can also mean how to say it. It has two meanings also. If you want to say it specifically as thread or threads to make material, you say it with benang. And then fiber or fibers, it can also mean, or mostly this is the main meaning, serat, fiber can be serat, or fiber can also serat kain. So the fiber itself can be as fiber, but if you add the, this is serat, but if you add the kain, you specifically say that fabric fiber from fabric. You have to add the kain, fabric, because if you say the serat itself, it means fiber. It can be fiber of any. Yeah, because this thread is for benang, this one for this one. So for this tiny stuff that can appear on top, it's translated in English like this, but in Indonesia we have specific word for it, which is bulu kain or bulu bahan or bulu bahan kain. Animal has fur or furs. We say fur or furs. Bulu hewan. Animal, we say it with hewan or binatang. Both are formal words, hewan, binatang. But if you want to be really formal, sometimes we are kind of say it with hewan. This is really formal, even though this is also formal. Bulu hewan or bulu binatang, fur or furs. But if you want to say feather, feathers, we say it with bulu burung, because feather or feather is specifically from bird. So we specifically say it as bulu burung, bird. It becomes two words. Yes. Now I will go to this part before I go to this part. Mustache, kumis, sideburn or burns, jambang, For animal, whisker or whiskers. We say it also with kumis. Because we don't have specific word for that, we just use kumis. But of course, we make it kumis kucing, cat whiskers. Or kumis anjing. Dog has whiskers too, right? Or, yeah. You just put the animal after the kumis. Kumis anjing, dog whisker. Dog whiskers. Kumis kucing, cat whisker or cat whiskers. Because we use the kumis. If you don't specifically say kumis something, it means for human. Or if like my cat name's John John, I say kumis John John. It means John John's whisker. Because John John is a cat. And now we have tooth, we have teeth. In Indonesian language, we use same word for that. For those, we use gigi. Gigi. And we have gum or gums. For both words, gum or gums, we use gusi. Tongue, lidah. If you think it's weird enough to eat brain, sometimes you will find also some people who eat tongue or lidah. I kinda don't eat it. I tried it once. It's kind of a bit weird. I don't know, but some people like it. As mixed Chinese, those Indonesian food, those are Indonesian, but mixed Chinese. Sometimes we eat also pig's ear. It's kind of not my favorite food too. Pig's ear. In some part of Indonesian, also we have a fruit salad and add it with animal's nose. And some people really like specifically for the nose. But I haven't tried it, but I kind of don't want to eat it. I don't know. Yeah. Now, shoulder or shoulders. Both we use one formation or format, same. This is the really formal one, bahu. Bahu. But sometimes you will hear also pundak. Pundak. I kind of consider this pundak is kind of not so formal or more into Sundanese language, pundak. But you will hear it. Well, depends where are you in Indonesia, but sometimes, like at least in Java Island or West Java province, some people from Jakarta also use pundak. But if you want to be really formal, you use bahu. This bahu is really formal and for all area in Indonesia. And now we go to this part. Panas is hot, dingin is cold. Sometimes you will hear panas dingin or demam. Well, the formal word is demam to say fever or cold, demam. But you will hear also panas dingin. Even though I kind of consider this one is not formal, but there's possibility they change this one into a bit formal. I cannot try to find this one in the dictionary, but seems like it's not a formal one. But lots of people use this one. It's not sounds like casual, but yeah, I cannot find this in the dictionary. But we use so often. Panas, dingin, hot, cold. Or demam, when you have to say fever or cold. And when you have to say flu, you have lots of these words are formal. Demam also formal. When you have to say flu, you can say it with flu or pilek or selesma. Yeah, the easiest part is just flu because it's same. You don't have to remember, but you will hear this one, selesma or pilek. This one also you will hear often. Panas, dingin. Cough, batuk. Interesting, if you erase the K, batu is stone, but batuk is cough. There's no relation, but I just want to say it. Sneeze, bersin. Yawn, menguap. There's other definition from menguap, steamed, because uap is steam, menguap is steamed, but this same word menguap we use also for yawn. So it can be steamed, it can be yawn. Depends the other words in the sentence. So you will know this menguap is for yawn or for steamed. And now this part. Well, this is kind of not so often to be said. Well, for small kids or small children, of course you will hear it. But same like in English, we just say like, sorry or excuse me, you should wipe your nose. Or so. Also in Indonesian language, we will say it like that in the formal occasion or something like that. But I will just put this one. So you kind of have idea the word in Indonesian language. Nasal mucus or snot in Indonesian language, and this is also formal word because you can find in KBBI. You can check it online, KBBI or KBBI, Great Dictionary of Indonesian Language. Ingus. Ingus. Remember this N and G, you put it together as ang in ringing, singing. The ang there is not ingus, but ang, ingus. Yeah, it's snot or nasal mucus. Okay, thank you for watching. Have a nice day.